Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Let's continue these tales of Sabbaths and changing into animals and such alike. Let's go to Saturday, the 8th of August, 1612. Mam went to the cottage door to whistle for Pa, but he were already on his way back from checking the ewes. The smell of a roasting pigeon had reached him. "That smells good, missus," he said, giving Mam a pat on the backside before sitting at the table. Pigeons are from Holden's Hall, own coop, and they scent blood for the black broth, and some yesterday's good white bread from the hall's kitchen. "You done well, me girl," Pa said, and I beamed. He never gave much praise out. I sat next to him and poured his ale as Mam ladled the rich stew into our wooden bowls before sitting down to send. I had to tell everything again, and Master Roland were reading what he wrote the first time round, what I had actually told him. So I knew I had got it right. I told him about another time Mistress Jane magicked me into a fit and all. I forgot. I hadn't told him about it before, but that were all right, as it only happened after I saw him last. He lapped it up, and the gaoler at Lancaster even said that when Mistress Jane were magicking me, she were asleep on the floor of a dungeon. Father Southworth were well pleased with me. I took a breath and lifted my hand to my face again. I dollars have the scar the witch gave me. John Singleton were at Holden Hall and all, talking about how the old Master Southwood said that Jane were an evil woman and a witch, and that he was sorry for her husband, his grandson, for he thought she would kill him. And her husband's dead right enough. Apparently old Master John wouldn't go anywhere near Lower Hall for the fear of her. I reckon she'll pay for it all. The assizes aren't long away now. That'll be the last time I'll have to tell the tales, and I'll have to tell 'em good. Aye, lass, but hush now and sup up. Pa used his eating knife to point at me pigeon, but I hadn't finished yet. I needed to tell him the next bit while he were cheerful and having mate on table, else put him in a good temper. They might need you to stand up and tell him about fetching me back from Aunt Ellen's pa, and about Mistress Jane coming to the house and putting me in fits. A pa dropped his knife. "But she'll hang. Janet and Ellen too. Don't you see that? Whole village is talking about Janet Preston from Gisborne hanging at York a couple of weeks back. Demdike and Chattocks are in Lancaster Gaol and all, and I don't half fancy their chances much." Pa drained his ale, picked up his knife, and stabbed another bit of meat. Everyone in county had heard of old Demdike and Chattocks. They'd been cursing each other for years. Plenty of other folk too. When I were little, Mam used to tell me old Demdike would come get me if I didn't behave myself, and now Granny and Aunt Ellen were keeping company with him. "We have to back our Grace, or she'll be accused of witchcraft and all, and they'll hang her, and she's done nought to bring on this trouble. Me Mam and Ellen have brought it on themselves, sticking their noses into our business and angering the father." Mam's face were red as she railed at Pa. "They shouldn't have taken Grace to that church and put her soul in danger. They should have left well alone. But they never can. They never could. You know what my Mam's like. Alice thinks she knows best, and Ellen's just as bad. Well, look where it's got 'em. Nay, they're done for, with the father against 'em. We have to look to our sens and keep our Grace safe. I can't lose her as well as my Mam and sister. We need to trust Father Southworth. All you have to do is tell how you fetched me back from Aunt Ellen's a time or two when I weren't feeling well and I weren't talking, which no, ain't like me. And then that Mistress Jane had been coming to the cottage where you'd found me after her visits. Well, you were lost in that haystack, lass, that time, and you took to your bed after I found you in t' barn, but I ain't seen Mistress Jane, you know that." "The father's been very generous, Thomas," Mam said. And most of the meat we've eaten since Easter has come from Salisbury Hall. We could starve this winter if you don't help us, and lose most of the stock too. You have to do right by us. You have to do right and back Lace's tail. Thomas, you're after. I see where that's going, don't you guys? I'm pretty sure you do see where it's going. I know I see where it's going. Obviously, I understand they're trying to survive. Not only are they trying to survive, but they're trying to keep the daughter out of trouble as well, so they'll be scared. I guess that's where these tales sort of came from, didn't they? Someone feared they would be named a witch, therefore jumped in and named someone else a witch before they could be named themselves, and such and such. Anyway, guys, thank you for listening. I truly appreciate it, and many blessings.